guys, Miss Lopez here. I just wanted to check in and say happy Monday. Happy Motivational Monday. That's what me and Miss Hazavac are calling this. Say hi, Miss Hazavac.
Hi guys, happy Monday.
We're just out here taking a quick walk, getting some fresh air. That's what keeps us motivated. And what I really want to know is what's motivating you guys? Are you guys getting out there? Are you playing? You walking? Exercising? Let us know. Later on, I'm going to post some information about the packets, the math. I know last week was a little bit confusing. It was a lot of stuff that we did in the beginning of the year, and it's kind of hard to recall some of those strategies and those techniques. This week coming up looks like it's going to be some fact families, so I'll go over that for you guys. And as always, let me know if you have any questions or your parents have any questions, and I'll do the best I can to help, okay? You guys stay safe out there. I miss you. We'll talk soon. Bye. Miss Lopez here. I'm just checking in. I'm going to go over day 6 of math just to kind of answer any questions you may have. The first problem here is choose a strategy to solve, choose a strategy below to solve. We're going to use base 10 blocks, and our problem here is 66 minus 29. And I know normally I would kind of line this up and do standard algorithm, which you still can. You can draw those TO charts, but I'm going to show you using base 10 blocks. The first number we're going to represent is 66. And as you can see down here, I have my 6 tens. So if you count them by tens, you'll notice we have 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then we have 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that represents 66. Now we need to subtract 29 from our 66. But if we line this up and we start with the ones column in our place value, we would know that we cannot, if we have 6 of something, we cannot take 9 away. So we're going to need to regroup. And the first thing we need to do when we regroup is we need to cross out one of our 10s, and we're going to replace that with, with 10 ones. So now we will be able to subtract 66 minus 29. So the first thing we're going to do is cross out 2 tens. 1 and 2. And now we need to cross out a total of 9 ones. And now that we've regrouped, we have enough to do that. So we will cross out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. Now we're just going to count how many 10s we have left. 10, 20, 30. And then how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And so we know 66 minus 29 is 37. So that's one strategy you can use, the base 10 blocks. They're asking for another strategy, which is the number line. So here you can see our number line. Sometimes number lines will go from, they'll increase by 1. So you're going to get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 66. And sometimes they skip count. You'll see number lines skip count by 5s or 10s. Here our number line is skip counting by 5s. So it goes from 0 all the way to 70, which is going to allow us to show 66 minus 29. So we're going to start with 66 here. You'll see the 66 is just a little after the 65. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to subtract the 10s. And we have 2 10s. So 66 is going to take us to 56, and 56 is going to take us to 46. Then we're going to subtract 5s. So that's going to take us from 46 to 41. And now we're going to subtract 3s, which is going to take us to 37. And that's another way to show this on the number line. The next part we have here is breaking apart a number. And I know this can be really confusing. So I'm going to show you how to break apart the number, but then I want you to solve it using the standard algorithm because I just think this is a little bit better of a method. It's more what we do in class. But if you're going to break apart 66, you're just going to tell me, okay, how many tens are there? And there's 6 tens, and 6 tens is 60. And then we have 6 ones. So that's how you break apart that number. And then we're going to break apart 29, and there are 2 tens in 29, which is 20, and 9 ones. So that's how you're going to break those apart. Now we're just going to use standard algorithm to solve this. And again, we always start with the ones column. And as you can see, we have a 6 and we have a 9. If we have 6 of something, I cannot give you 9 of something. So we're going to have to regroup. And in order to regroup, we're going to have to borrow from our neighbor. So the 6 is now going to become a 5, and this 6 is going to become a 16. And then we need to subtract. So 16 minus 9. And for those of you that need the reminder that we had in class, that we used in class, is put 9 in your head and then count up on your fingers to 16, or you can just use math facts. So 16 minus 9 is, oops, sorry about that. 16 minus 9 is 7, and then 5 minus 2 is 3. And that's how you would solve that. So this would be 37. Okay, now moving on. Okay, we've worked on these in class a lot. I know you guys really enjoyed these. These are fact families, and these are going to be, some of them are going to be addition and some of them are going to be subtraction. But the important thing to remember with fact families is you're always using the same 3 numbers that are in the little triangle. So the example here says 15 plus 3 equals 18, which that would tell us then that 3 plus 15 also equals 18. And then to do the subtraction part of the fact family, 18 minus 15 equals 3. 18 minus 3 equals 15. And you'll notice that we're always using the same 3 numbers in those equations. So an example here would be 20. We have 24, 12, and 12. So 12 plus 12 is 24. And then 24 minus 12 is 12. And a way to check your work is just make sure that all 3 of those numbers are represented in those equations. And again, this is just more fact families here. We have 19, 11, and 8. So we're going to say, oops, we're going to say 19, or I'm sorry, this is 11 plus 8 equals 19. And then we have a subtraction one would be 19 minus 8 equals, sorry about that, equals 11. Then we go on, yes, and then down here, you're just going to reverse those numbers. That's basically what you're doing. So you're going to say 8 plus 11 equals 19. And here, you're reversing these numbers because you're subtracting and you always start with the largest number. So 19 minus 11, oops, minus 11 is going to equal 8. Okay, so again, if you guys have any questions, you feel free to comment. I have one more slide to go over. Oh, and then we have 26, 23, and 3. So the same thing, you're just going to say, let's see, 23 plus 3 equals 26. And then we're going to reverse these numbers. 3 plus 23 equals 26. And then to subtract, we always start with the larger number. So we're going to start with 26 minus 23 equals 3. And now we're going to reverse these 2 numbers, starting with the largest number. 26 minus 3 is 23. Okay, so just your basic fact families. Again, remember those same 3 numbers are going to be in each equation. Okay, now we're going to move on. It seems like this is where I'm receiving a lot of questions. It's showing multiple strategies on how to solve a subtraction problem. So using any strategy, again, you can use whatever strategy you want. This is standard algorithm. So remember, draw those TO charts. That's going to line it up and it's going to keep it organized for you. And we always start with the ones column. So 4 minus 3 is 1. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So we know that 24 minus 13 is 11. And we can show visual models, which again is using the base 10 block. So we're going to represent 24. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're representing 24. And we are going to subtract 13 from that. So we're going to cross out a 10. And then we're going to cross out 3 1s. So 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to count the number of 10s we have. We have 1 10 and we have 1 1, which equals 11. Write a story about it. This is where you're going to come up with your own word problem. This is an example. There were 24 students in the class. 13 students were absent on Thursday. How many students were there in class? So this one's kind of fun because you're getting to come up with your own word problem. And then in the fourth box, it says, how do you know your answer is correct? Well, we're going to use that inverse operation, which inverse operation, you're just doing the opposite. So you're going to subtract to check your work. So you're going to take the difference and you're going to add it to our second add-in here. And then it should equal up our first add-in. And if it does, that's how you know it's correct. I know this can be tricky. If it doesn't add up, go back and check your work, okay? Again, hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, message me, and I will do my best to help you guys get an answer. I hope you all are staying safe. I miss you, and we will talk soon.